Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead season 11, episode 10. What happened with this episode 10? I think that if you are watching the episodes of The Walking Dead when they are out, you know, like me, that we had some issues to get it. Like, really, what happened with it? I'm this close to think that something big is happening into it. It's Monday morning, you know, because of the fact that they released this episode really not as a good day, you know, they took one day to release it. It's Monday morning, you know. I drank my coffee and that's all. I was saying I'm this close to think that something big is happening during this episode, and that's why they took, you know, so many times to release the episode, to not have too many spoilers on Twitter, because of the fact that on television in US, I think that they released episode 9 yesterday, you know, at the same time that they released that episode 10 online. So I think that something big is happening into it, like a big reveal or something like that, because really they took time to release this episode. We'll see. You know that I'm not watching trailers for future episodes, that I don't want to have spoilers. You know that I'm not searching for any information, any promotional pictures, any news about the casting and all, especially with The Walking Dead, because I want to avoid spoilers, like maybe... No, I'm like, maybe we're gonna have Rick during this episode. No, really, I think that they would have promoted this episode so much if it would be the case that even if I want to avoid spoilers, I would have seen something about it, I think. I'm right there to watch The Walking Dead on Monday morning. The sun is gonna come maybe at some point, you know, right there on my face. We'll see how we're gonna deal with it. This episode 10, after the last episode, which was great, you know, and also after how it finished, the fact that it confirmed the impression that I had that our guys, they were not all CommonWealth compatible, you know, like they can't all go into the CommonWealth. Like the organization of the CommonWealth is based on the old society, I mean, into this universe, with money, with rich people, with poor people, with people working for others and not working together. And clearly they can't accept that. I mean, all of them. I think that some of them are gonna accept to join the CommonWealth for their kids, for the security, for the system also, to have access to all of this food, because we know how much our guys, they miss food. Like, they had to fight Pop and his guys, and to lose people for food, which is gonna last, in fact, only 1 week, or just something like that. So clearly, I think that some of them are gonna join the CommonWealth for that, and some of them are gonna be like, we can't accept that, these rules, to have people giving us orders. So I was not surprised for Maggie to not accept that, but I'm a little surprised that Daryl accepted it. No, you know, for his group, like he's a leader of this group also, and I'm not surprised that he's accepting these rules of the CommonWealth to join that, because it's putting his people, you know, into a safe place. But to have him, you know, with this costume, you know, like being the police of the CommonWealth, I'm surprised and not by that, because if you want to imagine a place for Daryl into the CommonWealth, it's gonna be into the security, like he can't do anything else now. And we know that the CommonWealth, they are really trying to use all of their abilities to put them at the right place for that. So for sure Daryl is gonna do that. Right there, I think that he wants to see Maggie, and you know, the discussion that they had at the end of the last episode, I think that it's because of the fact that our guys, some of them went into the CommonWealth and some of them didn't accept, but they still accepted and helped coming from the Commonwealth. You know, that guy offered them help, but I think that they're not gonna offer help just like that, you know, for free. It's gonna be in exchange of something else, and I think that Daryl, just right there, is there to take what he has to take in exchange, something like that. We'll see. I don't think that we're gonna see that during this episode. I think that we need to see our guys accepting or not the deal with the Commonwealth. Maybe they're gonna mix stuff, you know, maybe they're gonna mix the present time, how it is right now that they are separated, and flashbacks for us to see how it happened, all of that, the separation between these two groups. Maybe in fact they have a plan, maybe in fact Daryl is inside, you know, and is planning something with Maggie. They were just acting, you know, at the end of the last episode. Maybe. I don't know, I can't know. Like, at the end of the last episode, my first reaction was to say, it's weird to have the two of you being against each other. I don't think so. But thinking about it more, I'm like, why not? Like, really, why not? For sure, he's gonna be into the military force of the Commonwealth, Daryl. For sure, the Commonwealth, they're gonna want things in exchange for their help, so they're gonna send their police to have it. But our guys, did they plan that? Did they want to take advantage of that? Did they want to take the power on the Commonwealth? Something like that? We'll see. You know, the reason why I can be surprised that Daryl joined the Commonwealth is the fact that at the beginning of the season, you know, during the first part, we had him discovering that thing, you know, about the money, discovering that drawing on the wall. And for me, that was really interesting that the writers created that scene, because it was to show how the old system was functioning with money, with rich people and poor people, this organization, and the fact that into a world like that, this organization can't function anymore. Like, money is nothing into this world. After that, we discovered the Commonwealth, and we discovered that the Commonwealth organized themselves with money and with the old system. But for Daryl to discover that and to have that logic in mind, to accept now to come back to this old system, it's one of the reasons why I'm not sure at 100% that Daryl in fact accepted fully the rules of the Commonwealth, and maybe it's a plan with Maggie, you know? Like, I'm at 90% sure that he accepted these rules because he wants for his people to be safe, and 10% of me is like, we know Daryl, we know that, you know, accepting rules, accepting to have people giving orders to him, and people who are not legitimate, you know, for him, like he didn't leave stuff with them and stuff like that, and also accepting rules coming from the old system, with money, with people giving orders to other people. I don't know, I'm not sure. I have a little part of that. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon on which you can have these episodes earlier. Normally, you know, it's one day earlier, but because of how it happened with this episode 10, it's gonna be sooner during the day. No matter what, on my Patreon, it's with an extended or full reaction part. If you can be interested by that, if you can be interested to support me also, because right now on YouTube I'm a little reactor and YouTube is being an asshole with me since 2 months. I don't know why, but clearly it's like that. So if you want to support me right now on YouTube, you can like, subscribe, comment, that kind of stuff. It can help, not for now, but at some point it can help. And if you want to really help me, you can support me on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode 10! I'm really excited by it because with how they dealt with this episode, I really have the impression that we're gonna have something big into it. A big reveal or the return of a character, something like that. Not Rick. Is it like an haunted house?
That's enough. Okay, no problem.
What a creepy thing to create into a world like that. Okay, 30 days, that's your aim. Okay. have a bakery, Carol?
Takes a minute to get used to all of it, you know?
You know, this place was up and running long before we ever got here. Maybe we won't have anything to make it work.
That's Mrs. Mercer.
Hey, you look busy.
You're a journalist?
Reporting for the paper. We've got a full paper. It's nice to be reporting again, but CommonWealth isn't exactly easy. I did it. I answered Peter once before the work, though.
You did?
You also got a
Did you change a lot?
So, it was you.
Ooh.
We gotta go.
You were a big deal.
She read.
Of course. You know. You know.
That's what it is.
She knows you have a thing for Connie. We're gonna have a dance. That's why I'm not watching trailers. I would have had spoilers about that dance. What? Calm down.
Thanks for watching. Hey,
Nah,
How's the place? Getting better?
hell no. I think this place is literally made out of paper.
it didn't give you the best apartments.
Can't wait till basics over and we get into apartments. Learn about money again, so we're...
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but we gotta get back.
You were dressed as Shiva. We're dealing well with the death of this tiger.
Your dad saved this from hilltop when it burned. Because he knew how precious it was to me. And there's something actually more precious than that.
I hope that you're not saying that, doing that, because you know that you're gonna die or something like that. You know? He's out.
You heard from Maggie or Lydia?
I'm sure
On a beautiful day like today. It's never better.
You're happy, I'm sure of it, but are you okay?
Oh, God. So sorry, I'm such a klutz.
Carol, you can't be a nice girl now. Tell us.
Carol,
Yep, and you're the brother.
what are you doing here?
Phone before you get to room 47.
They don't have enough doctors. They need to wait to be operated.
Too long. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more.
She can do more. Carol is gonna try something. She would be okay, you know, to put him at risk, like to destroy one of his legs so he can be on surgery earlier. Don't you think?
House on the right.
You mind if I go with Espinosa? We make a good team.
You're asking me opinion. Yeah, first.
Obeying to orders, accepting the system in place. That's a training like. No! He doesn't need it. Why these animals? Oh, you're savage.
Green, Espinosa, nicely done. Dixon. You with me.
He was not close enough to his teammate.
You have to get this. It's so good.
Who's your friend, Jude?
Oh, princess. This is Meg.
Princess!
I see they got them well. I didn't already. You guys ain't
You
any
look so great,
I think I'm ready
princess!
to
You're on a music shop,
Yeah,
princess?
It's a
Oh.
gift. For a friend. Leather seat?
Oh,
Nah.
don't worry about any of that.
I'd like it as a reminder. A good day.
She acted weird, no?
She wants something worthy of tonight's guests. That isn't it.
Let's be good with the time we had.
She was your comfort.
Oh! You don't put bottles of wine like that in trash. Perfect. And how did you end up right there? You get Daryl, because of you, all of these bottles of wine were destroyed. I'm scared of the two things.
It's supposed to be fun. You guess the newest was for drills.
Advanced military training, Mercer. Right.
Careful now.
It's too big.
It's just this one.
Yeah, swing all the way through. Thing is pathetic.
You don't know how to use it. So stupid, so privileged. But he wants to train. You know, before that he didn't care at all about it. Daryl.
Why did you do that?
Because you couldn't do it yourself. It's your mother behind, no? She's so mad you couldn't do it yourself.
What does that have to do with that little prick's ego?
Yep.
This place, as good as anything I've seen. Give you a decent life if you could.
You're living with Uncle Daryl? That's why you accepted to go into the CommonWealth.
Today,
You're not getting allowance.
we wait a little while till the job settles.
So we can stay?
You want to stay? Knock out 10 days off the bill?
I do.
Yeah.
I think as long as my mom knows where to find us, I want to stay.
Oh. Okay, that place, it was not one of their place, and it was to have the good wine.
What do you want from me?
I have a friend who's waiting for children. I need you to get into.
You did that for him.